Today we're going to complete the macrame wall hanging DIY kit by Darn Good Yarn. Let's get started. To get started, cut one piece of 4mm macrame cord to 55 inches. You'll attach it using the lark's head knot method shown here to the left side of your dowel. Leave a 15-inch slack in the middle, and using the remaining 20 inches attached to the right hand side of the dowel using an overhand knot followed by a half hitch knot. Once you've secured the background to your dowel, go ahead and cut 30 pieces of 4mm macrame cord to 40 inches each. We will use this to fill in the center 15 inches of slack to complete our background. Once the background is completely filled in with our 30 pieces of 4mm macrame cord, we'll set this aside and begin working on the tassel that'll be situated on the left side of our final wall hanging. Create a stack of 13 pieces of 3mm macrame cord cut to 9 inches each. Secure them in the middle using 2 overhand knots with one piece of 13-inch 3mm macrame cord. Bring your 2 strands together, thread them with a bead, then secure those 2 strands together with an overhand knot, creating the loop for your top of the tassel. This will be used to attach your tassel to your dowel later. Once your loop is secure, we're going to create the neck using a gathering knot for your tassel. Cut a 17-inch piece of 3mm macrame cord, create a small loop with the long end. You'll wrap that around the loop that you made, pressed against your tassel 3 to 5 times. Once your neck has reached the desired length, you'll take the remaining end, loop it, place it into the loop, pull the short end of your loop up to draw your ends into the neck of the tassel. Adjust as necessary. Attach your tassel to the left side of your dowel using the lark's head knot method. Once the ends of your tassel are through, press the knot from the top of your loop through the strands just beneath the bead to hide the knot at the back. Create the center diamond detail by cutting 7 pieces of 3mm macrame cord to 12 feet each. You'll attach them to the center to cover the 15-inch slack in the center with lark's head knots. Separate your 14 strands into 2 groups of 7. To create the right leaning diagonal double half hitch knot, you'll take the second strand closest to the center, make a 4 shape around the back of the centermost strand, take the end around the front through that 4 loop twice. You'll repeat this process until you get to the outside of all 7 strands from the right group. Repeat these steps for the left group of strands, but instead of making a 4 shape, you'll make a backwards 4 shape to create the left leaning diagonal double half hitch knots. Once you've completed both sides of the top of your diamond, we'll begin filling in the center of our diamond with square knots. Taking the 4 innermost strands, we'll use the left and the right strand around the 2 innermost strands to make the square knot. Take the right strand across the 2 middle behind the left. Take the left strand behind the left and out through the front right loop and tighten. Repeat this for the left strand, taking the left strand across the middle 2 innermost strands behind the right strand. Then take the right behind the 2 innermost strands out through the left loop and tighten. We'll repeat this for 5 rows, creating a diamond of square knots. For row 4 of square knots, you will not pick up any additional strands. You will only be making 2 square knots in between the 3 knots from row 2. And for row 5, you will only make 1 center square knot. Once you've completed all of your square knots, you will finish the trim of your diamond by repeating the steps for the diagonal left and right leaning double half hitch knots, but you will be working towards the center. Follow these steps for the diagonal double half hitch knots and the square knots for each remaining diamond. To decorate the center of your diamond knots, simply thread one of your beads using a tapestry needle, if that makes it easier for you, into your 2 centermost strands from the center square knot. Then complete your square knot around the bead. Continue with rows 4 and 5 to close your square knot diamond and finish your trim with the right and left leaning diagonal double half hitch knots. Once you've completed all of your center diamonds as desired, trim any excess ends, hang your wall hanging, and enjoy.